Okay. Hello, everyone. It is time for the fan hangout session thingy. Um, I hope everything is working. I hope you can hear me. I hope the audio quality is all fine and good. I am currently in my bedroom, as I usually am, but I have a much better setup now because I cleaned my room, which means that Daddy Peterson would be proud of me. I've been dealing with like software issues on YouTube literally all day. So if something's wonky, that's probably why. Because my mind is a bit like trying to figure out how not how Google works, but like how YouTube's Creator Studio works. Because they keep shifting me to the new one, and I don't really know how that works, and I barely know the old one either. Anyway, that's not the point. Hi, welcome to the February fan hangout, where we just hang out. We just talk about things. We rant about shit. The format that I usually do, and that I try to do anyway, is that I try to invite just fans to talk to me. But because ever since around New Year's, I have had many more fans than I usually did. That means that might become a bit hard to do now. Because there's a lot of people. But that's a good problem to have. So the thing I'm gonna do now, if it works, is to try to either just talk to people in chat, which is gonna be fine either way, because I want people to do that, because I want people, like, everyone who can speak in the chat is like valid, and they're there obviously. But if I do like end up with a nice topic, I'm gonna try to like call people on Discord, or it's probably gonna be Discord, isn't it? That's what people use, and that's what works best anyway, at least with OBS, which is the software that I use. So if we end up talking about something, and someone is like, "Hey, I want to talk a bit about that for like 5 or 10 minutes or something," give me a shout out. I'll try to contact you on Discord. I think I'm not super sure on how I'm supposed to do that. I think I'm gonna have like, is there a thing where like people can contact me anonymously? Like, is the site where people can just give me their Discord addresses so I can call them in case they want to do that? Like straw poll, but not straw poll, because that's a poll, obviously. I'll look at that later. A bit later. We'll see how it works. If someone knows, let me know. Hi, everyone. Time for a proper fucking introduction. Google Hangouts is, yeah, that works pretty good. I used to use Google Hangouts. Okay, I need to actually respond to people in chat. I'll try to stay as long as I can. It's gonna be like 3 minutes. I'm sorry. Is it possible to DM someone on YouTube? Technically, I think so. YouTube does have like a chat function thing. But God knows I don't know how it works. Google Hangouts would probably be the simplest thing. Also, sorry for that you can only stay for like 3 minutes. If you want, you can always watch the Hangout later, because this will be archived on this channel, because this is the live channel. So any public streams are available here. Any stream that is only for patrons, you can access via the Patreon, but they're all archived on this live channel, so like people can do that. Basically what I want for this is just like more content stream. So like if people want to ask me questions, we can do that. If people like have a topic that we can talk about, we can do that. Basically, yeah, this is just a hangout thing. I kind of want to try to keep like a question and answer segment thing specifically to the Patreon AMA thing. But I don't think it matters that much, because there are literally infinite amount of questions that I can do. And it's a bit different atmosphere in Patreon AMA anyway. Because we can do whatever we want here. We can do literally everything we want. Anything we want, because this is my channel. I can do what I want. I'm the queen of my channel. I can do what the say it every time because I have anxiety about like what I'm allowed to do, but I'm allowed to do whatever I want. It's my channel. Hello, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to my Hangout thing that I try to do every month, but the reason why it's on in March this time, but it says February. February words. The Feb month is because I'm supposed to have these Hangout streams at the end of every month, but last month I had a pretty severe cold, and my throat hurt a lot, so I didn't want to do that. So I postponed it into March. How have you been? Read that you've been having good days lately. I'm feeling great, actually. Today has been like pretty neutral, but like it's a good neutral, which is pretty good. Mostly been ruined by me trying to like work why my YouTube hasn't done what I wanted to. I mean, because basically I've had this thing where I've tried to like add captions to my video on passing, which is my latest video, and for some reason that I don't really know the answer to, I still like I think I know the reason completely now because it is working. I couldn't add like captions at all for some reason. Whenever I tried, it kind of defaulted into using Swedish, and whenever I like tried to writing in English, the syncing became like super weird. So that was kind of like a bother. But then I did but then I did the vlog test yesterday, and I saw that like videos have like default languages, and for some reason my default language was set to Swedish, which makes sense because before I did like political leftist content in English, I used to have a vlog channel in Swedish, and I just forgot to change that, I guess. And then I switched it to English, and now everything worked. So I could just upload the transcript that a fan sent me, which was really, really nice. I need to thank her in the or them. I actually don't know that. I have no idea what the pronouns is of the person who sent me that, but I need to thank that person anyway in the description for sending me that. I like boring you in live time. You can't bore me when I stream because I always have incredibly fun. Having good days today. I have had good days. Last weekend was kind of like I was sick a lot, and I don't feel good when I'm sick because I'm just laying in bed, not being productive. But like I've been feeling great recently. Like really, really great. Like I've actually been able to, health wise anyway, I've been able to like take care of myself properly. I've been able to I've even been able to like redecorate my room so I don't have to like lay in bed and have the squeaky bed whenever I stream. I've reset some lights for my next recording. I've done some tests. I've done so many productive things while also like taking care of myself and resting and like making tea and things like that. Actually like self-care, which is really nice. Being a queen isn't exactly common. That's true. I don't really, yeah, I don't know. Sherman Mia works, I guess. I was chairwoman for a trans activist organization a couple of years ago. People constantly made fun of me for that, for being like an autocratic ruler, which I was. I ruled that activism NGO with an iron fist. We did good. The problem is that when you leave on sick leave and You haven't decentralized properly. The entire group kind of collapses. Are you on a specific content binge at the moment? I've been watching videos of people shaving huge beards, but I can't explain why. But they make me so happy. Yeah. I've actually like been on H Bomber Guy binge lately. I don't know why either. It's just like been nice to watch his content. And I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's nice. She's a non-hierarchical syrup queen. Hi everyone, hello. I'm joining the live stream and I'm going nuts. Good. Been on that H Bomber Guy binge for 2 years. Same. Like having just like today and yesterday, I've just had this thing where like, oh, I have nothing to do, so I'm just gonna put on like a measured response video in the background and just listen to that while I cook or clean or like write my script or something. As I'm finishing up my script for nationalism, and like considering that I've been listening to measured response things, it's probably gonna be like really similar to H Bomber Guy's content. But we'll see. Okay, so the format for these hangouts that I kind of that I have envisioned, which I really do need to prepare more, and I apologize for that, is that I want to talk about like the topic of my latest. God damn, I keep dropping my mouse. I kind of want to talk about my latest video. And it's been a while now since my last video. It's been like 3 weeks. Or like 2.5 or something like that. It hit almost 3 weeks. It's been a while. On passing, stuff like that. And the idea was, anyway, that I was gonna have this thing. What? What's going on? Am I missing something? H-Bomb and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Great combination. Yeah, it's pretty great. For whatever reason, H-Bomb makes really good videos to clean to. Yeah, it's like nice. It's just good, wholesome content that's still like nice. My video. This isn't study session. Basically, like, okay, so the format that it has been before this was that I would do these streams on Google Hangout, and I would just like put the invite link in the chat, and people could just join in and talk, whatever. I can't do that anymore because as my audience has grown, more people can join in the chat, and when 1 or 2 people join, that's kind of nice. When 3 or 4 people join, that's kind of okay. We're getting pretty full up, but like I've had sessions where it's like 5 people join in and like talk at the same time, and it's like really disorienting and kind of overwhelming. So the way I'm doing it right now, just for this stream, I did that last Hangout as well, was that if someone specifically wants to do something, they can like reach out to me specifically, like personally. Like they can tweet me, like my DMs are open. Okay, my DMs are open. People can just DM me. So like, hey, I want to talk to you, and like using voice or using like webcam or whatever, we can probably work something out live. Let's talk to you. Oh god, that's my own chat. I'm just tabbing different tabs. Jesus. Sorry about that. So if people want to join in, they can do that. In the future, I am gonna try to find like a place where people can be like, so this is the topic for the stream today. You want to join in? I can do this like the day before. So like the stream, the hangout tomorrow, people can like, yeah, I could consider being a guest, like for 5 to 10 minutes, and they would have like their Discord handle, and I would call them at the time. Yeah, that would probably work. That would probably work. It would be like a public thing. I do need to add this thing where people can like submit things anonymously, and I'm not sure how to do that because that would probably require emailing me, and I don't really have a work email for my channel yet. I should probably get that because I'm growing. Okay, I need to get back to the chat. I'm just ranting. These streams usually devolve into ranting if you're unfamiliar. Good video, by the way. Thank you. I like to think it's pretty good. Whenever I've been sitting down to code this big project of mine, I put on H-bomb in the background. Very relaxing. It is very relaxing. It's pretty nice. Get that email. I should. Then people can like email me with their own requests and stuff like that. We'll see how it works. I bought 3 more domain names yesterday. I am gonna get like an email domain on like my own name and stuff like that. I can have my own website. But like currently all my income is going to rent. Once my Patreon reaches like $600 or something like that, that means I'm like financially neutral. And at that point, I will be able to afford like small things. Yeah, Gmail. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna get to start. I have like so many Gmail accounts though, so I need to work out how that works. And I'm technologically incompetent. I work in books. I'm a historian. I work in books. A nice .zone. Mia at mulder.com. Yeah, that's one word. If anyone has any questions specifically regarding my last video, that's very welcome here because that is the topic of this actual thing. Some people have oh yeah, that's probably something that I should talk about because this is a public stream so people can see it, so it's like I'm publicly announcing it and I'm actually talking about it. I'm talking in my last video, which is the topic of this thing, right? The topic of the video is the topic of the Hangout for the corresponding month. Some people have asked me, and I feel like this is worthy of a proper actual response. I mentioned in the video that I feel kind of uncomfortable identifying as a woman, and I feel uncomfortable like with the label and stuff like that. But some people have asked me like if that means I'm non-binary. I mentioned this on Twitter as well, but it's worth mentioning here as well. I don't consider myself non-binary. I still identify as a woman, right? It's just that, like, as I mentioned in the video, it's like everything is kind of uncomfortable currently. Like, I identify as a mess more than anything else. So I still use like she her pronouns. I still do that, and I still like still the same as before, right? I haven't come out as non-binary or anything. But it wouldn't be like in the future, like don't be like extremely surprised if that happens. I actually do that because I might. But currently in the current situation, everything is like I still identify as a woman. Still do that. I still do the entire thing. The struggle is something I'm dealing with now too. It's a mess. Being a mess is valid. Yeah, I mean the topic of identity is a mess, and I think that's also why I kind of made the video, because currently there aren't that many trans people on YouTube that actually talk about that actually like delve into identity, delve into like stuff like that, right? There are because like as with any YouTube demographic, a lot of people do just vloggy content. So I figured that I should do this video in order to have like an analysis of the chaos of appearances and how it relates to identity and stuff like that. And I think it's like pretty, like my last video is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like I freaking love my latest video. It's like one of the best things I've ever done. Which means that my next one is going to be even better, because I was really happy with the script for my video on passing, but the script I'm having currently is Italian chef sound. Wait. From chaos comes order. Sounds like a Jedi quote. Eventually the mess becomes clear. True. Hi! Happy to see you here in the chat. The chef kiss. Have you seen Contra's newest video? I saw it. Yeah, pretty good. I think, like, ContraPoints talked about a couple of things, but I don't think I should talk about it right now because it came out today. And if I'm ever gonna, like, talk about another creator's video like that, I would probably like more people to have seen it. I'm hoping to be a YouTuber eventually, and hoping I can make segments regarding these kinds of topics. I think, like, that's good. Like, top 10, I keep dropping my mouse. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that, like, it's, I think more people need to see YouTube as I'm gonna make a video about this as well someday, about how YouTube is just a media. It's like a platform for media, right? So like books is a platform for media, film is a platform for media, music is a platform for media, and I think YouTube is also a platform for media. Which means that, like, as with books, a lot of it is going to be like pure entertainment, but some books and YouTube things are going to be like political manifestos. They're going to be political pamphlets. They're going to be ideological textbooks. And I think that the more we embrace YouTube as a public avenue for potential media, as like a platform, as itself, as a tool, I think the better, I think, online discourse will become, because we're approaching this level now where the internet has become so ingrained in how we operate as a society, and I think instead of like fighting against that, I think we need to embrace it. What's your next video topic, then? Oh, I'm gonna tell. My next video topic is about nationalism. So yeah, my video on nationalism. Hang on, I might actually be able to show you like a prop I got, which I'm currently not even having in my current script. So if you see it in the video, that means I did change the script because I got the prop like ages ago because I knew I wanted it, and then after I started like writing the script properly, like all my plans changed. So I need to move my computer over there. Sorry about that. So I have a prop, right? I have this. Because if you're gonna talk about like so cheap, it's like falling apart. Because if you're gonna talk about nationalism, you need the hat. You need the spiky hat. But you know, then time passed. And then it became like, oh, I don't actually need the hat. I don't actually need it. I have like other ideas, like other plans that I'm gonna do. And at that point it just became like, oh well, fuck it then. What's the point? Okay, I need to scroll up. Your last video is honestly one of my favorite video essays / left two pieces, whatever this genre is. I've been talking about it for weeks. Thank you. a lot of people, okay, I'm actually really happy. That's also one of the reasons I'm really happy about my last video, because during the premiere, a lot of people like said in chat, like, this is something I've been thinking a lot about, but have had trouble expressing. And that's good. There have been people who have reached out to me saying that, like, holy shit, this is like, I feel less alone, which is really good. I'm really happy about that. There are some people who have reached out to me being like, I never considered dysphoria like manifesting in this particular kind of way, even if the video isn't really about that. It kind of like unlocked some things. So I'm like, which is like also like I'm really happy about. Like, so like I think this video isn't necessarily directed at anyone really. It's just directed at this like general understanding of people who want to understand trans people, specifically like in my case trans women, binary trans women, right? But like I've had a lot of people, like, no matter their gender identity or what they were assigned at birth, tell me that like they found something niche within it that like really appealed to them, and I'm really happy about that. Which is why I'm really proud of that video actually. I haven't watched it, to be honest. I'm dreading it because I want to take a counter-position to a lot of her recent videos, focusing on her views, as opposed to more material as a person in video. I mean, yeah, like I take issue with like a lot of the things that counterpoints have done, but I try not to like get involved in drama. I'm probably gonna make someday. I'm probably gonna do like I'm not saying like drama. I'm saying like I try not to like actually like respond to other people, be they like people on the left or on the right or whatever, right? Because in my personal experience, it hasn't really gone that well for me. I know other people have done it with like great success, so I know it can be done like mindfully and like constructively, but I can't do it constructively because I'm a dumbass. Plus the language barrier between like I have to translate everything into Swedish, so like misunderstandings are abound. So I'd rather just like take ideas and decontextualize them and then deal with them, because in that case no one can be mean to me. So my latest video on passing and the video on anti-intellectualism, they are actually like inspired by responses to other YouTubers, but I don't make the video about that specifically. I just take the point and like make a video about the point itself rather than what inspired the point. I need to answer things quicker because people are asking and I'm really late. Do you have any tips for doing research for videos? Not really. I base most of my videos on my own experiences and my own knowledge. I don't really have like, I rarely have things where I like source my things in the description, which I really should, but I don't. Because I try not to be like very specific with what I'm doing and trying to have like very like philosophical and theoretical argument in what I do. The best thing I can think for research is like whenever you see something and you think, oh, that's interesting, you save that, like you bookmark it or you do whatever, right? So I have a folder on my desktop which is just like neat things. So whenever I see for my next video, for example, nationalism, because I remember seeing a clip where Donald Trump called himself a nationalist, where different YouTubers called themselves nationalists, when PragerU said that, you know, why you should be a nationalist. So I saved all of that, and then that way I can return to it slightly quicker. In plenty of trans people, oh god, in plenty of trans people making videos about being trans. They're mostly just vlogs about their transitions and whatnot. Yeah, like vloggy content is like really nice. Good evening, good evening. There's a pamphlet right there. Oh, props for nationalism, slightly word. Yeah, I don't have. Oh no, Mia, you're gonna become a grand strategy let's player. Oh, I'm almost there. I already play a lot of grand strategy games. Like I play hundreds and hundreds of hours of grand strategy paradox historical games. So I could do it. But I'm probably not, because I don't like the implications that those games have, but they're fun to like play around with on my own. Prussian helmet, put it on. I'm not, because that picture, if I put it on, I've done it before in some other stream, but I'm not gonna do it again, because one day some person who's like trying to like cancel me is gonna like find that picture and say like, oh look, Mia Mulder's a Nazi, and I don't want to give fuel, even if it's like contextually okay. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Mia, can I DM you a script I'm working on? Send it over. Do it. You're becoming a gender centrist. What? A gender centrist. I don't know what that means. I like to think that I do things like not in a very centrist way, but do you have any idea on how not to get bogged down in pointless arguments? Been struggling with avoiding them lately. Yes, if it's in online spaces, just delete comments, block, mute. It sucks to say that because people don't like doing that, right? People don't like doing it because it feels like you're shutting down the argument. But sometimes you would do that, and sometimes that's just the best. And I think it's good to like consider like the value gained from the argument compared to the harm done by having the argument. So if someone like calls me out on Twitter and be like, you did a thing wrong and I'm gonna debate you on it. If I have that discussion and like almost no value will be gained from having that discussion, then I'm not gonna do that. Like then I am going to just block you. Or mute, or ignore, or whatever, right? Especially if taking the discussion is just gonna give me anxiety or something, I'm just gonna fuck up. And that sucks to hear because it's like a really dumb advice. It doesn't really help. Like in the end, that's all you really can do, right? You just shut down discussions. Yeah. And some people will say that like, oh, you're against free speech then, and you're like, yeah, kind of, contextually. People can still say whatever they want, right? It's just that I don't have to respond to that, and that's also like a way to express free speech by not replying, by not responding. That's also a way to characterize free speech. Except that I do that on my. On my comment section as well on YouTube. So if people are rude to me or rude to other people, I will block them from my channel. And I feel like I can do that. Because it's my channel, I can do what I want. People can still like make their own channels and do whatever they want there, right? But I just delete bad comments from my channel. Some I miss though, and I don't have moderators, so I a lot. Excellent advice, sure. We're talking about not going after people directly. Oh, it's a joke. Good. The C word. Shit. I mean, I will go after people directly if I feel that I need to. So like, if there is something, and it goes down to like the value argument, right? So if there is something that happens and I feel that there would be value in me actually like calling people out or going after them, then I will. Like I try to do a cost benefit analysis on like everything I do, which will actually have consequences. And if the costs outweigh the benefits, then I just won't do it. And sometimes that means that people will be like, hey Mia, why are you quiet on this issue? Why haven't you said anything about this issue? And the reason for that is that I feel it would do more harm than good by doing that. Plus, again, like I'm Swedish and English is like my third language, and it's my second language that I like. on par with what I know, but it's the third language that I like grew up with. So it's like misunderstandings could be abound, and I don't really want to do that. Like it's the same thing with the other one, right? Because sometimes someone will like say something, and I will take it out of context, or I will misunderstand it, or I won't get it because language things, translation things, and at that point I just feel like it's not worth it. That's not worth it. I don't want to get into like drama and stuff like that. Then I just want to ignore and. Free speech also includes the right to not reply, to say anything. It's true. I'm gonna also say that again, that if people want to join in on voice or do something like that, they can send me a DM on Twitter, and we can talk about like specific issues in depth. Because I do want to have guests, but if people don't want it, they don't have to. We're already like 40 minutes into the stream, so I probably won't actually do anything. For the next stream, I promise to be better prepared and have like a thing where you can be like, yeah, I could probably like be a thing, and I could talk about this topic, and I could send that in. But we'll see. So maybe not today actually, and I'm sorry about that. But like maybe in the future, because I do want to have this. But like I have these hangouts once per month. There are gonna be more of them. Plus, you know, my health is actually recovering a lot, so I'm probably gonna have more streams, like, and maybe debates and shit like that. Who knows? So I just I just want people who are my fans to feel like I see them and that and that I love them. I love you all so much, and I want you to know that. Sometimes it feels that I might not include enough people. If I'm a bit honest, I'm not a fan of joining in debates. I'm a listener more than anything. If I'm interested in a topic, debates were more civil, I would join. Yeah, the thing that's like, if I did one debate, right, in an online capacity. I've done one debate where I talked about illegal immigration with my friend who's called Philosopher King on Twitter and YouTube. He does good things. You should subscribe. Does a lot of debates, and I did a debate with him against two Americans who are conservatives. And I figured that I did some research on their channel and their opinions, and they were like, okay, they're not Nazis. They seem to be like just conservatives, like normal conservatives. And I did that, and it was okay. Because I figured that like I don't want to debate Nazis. I just want to debate like reasonable people. And I figured that I could do that. And it turned into more of a a shouting match more than anything, and we didn't really do anything. Like we both basically just agreed on basic facts, but then when it came to specifics, we were all like, no, the other side is dumb. But it came down to like priorities, right? As it always does. God, my vision's so fucking bad. I have to like be right up next to the monitor to read. Debates are bad. They're all about fighting and one-upmanship. Discussions are better than debates. I agree. If I like in the future, if I actually want to do a debate with an opposing side, I would really like to have a moderator, like a skilled moderator who would like mute people who aren't like given the time to speak, so you can't speak over each other, right? Like dedicated talking time, specific questions, structured thing. I would like to do that. It's gonna be easy to misunderstand each other. I agree. It's all about respect. People don't know respect when there's a debate and it's too overwhelming. Yeah, I prefer respectful like discussions more than anything. Hey Margaret, what's the second language? Dutch, because I'm half Swedish and half Dutch. But I'm raised in Sweden, so I know Swedish fluently. And my dad's Dutch, and I visit the Netherlands sometimes, and my family visits from the Netherlands sometimes, and I can understand Dutch, When I was growing up, I could like speak basic Dutch, but now I can't do that anymore. And I could understand Dutch as growing up, and I could do that just a couple of years ago, but now I can only understand my family when they speak Dutch, and that's mostly down to context clues more than anything. I don't really know Dutch that well anymore. So ja, ik verstaat je niet. Make a channel in Discord and call it the Ben Shapiro Debate Room. Maybe. Very happy to see and hear your health stuff has been on the upswing. Oh yes! Oh yes, so am I. Ever since New Year's, everything has been going like really great. For me, though. Like, my family is dealing with some health issues, and I don't want to talk about that too much because it's sad. But for me personally, my own health has kind of like helped a lot. I have a close family member with cancer currently, and it sucks. And I kind of think that like it's kind of given me perspective on life and being alive, which I didn't really want, and that kind of like reset my brain and like gave me a drive to recover, and it has helped. Plus, getting more people on my Patreon so that I can afford rent and food has also helped a lot. Because I used to make like 80 bucks or something, like 100 bucks on Patreon, and the welfare system doesn't support me, and I'm still too sick to work, unfortunately. But after I made my anti-intellectualism video, and after I made my Sweden, like my latest 3 videos, right, which I like post healthcare break, I'm like approaching 500 bucks on Patreon, which is like incredible to me. But that also means that like I can actually afford to, you know, have food and rent, because most of it is going to food and rent. So that going up has helped a lot, which is good. It helps it helps my mental health when I can afford to eat something more than gruel. Okay. No, yes, normal bad conservatives, yeah. I remember watching a part of that debate. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Debates are for nerds, this in Cicero. How much money does it cost to get a prescription and buy glasses in Sweden? Not super much, really. But currently all my money goes to rent, food, and medicine and bills. Like student debt payment things. But once my Patreon reaches a level where I can like afford to start saving away money, then I'm gonna get some glasses. Then I'm gonna get my eyes looked at, as well as some basic things. So it doesn't cost a lot really, but I can't really like I'm still digging into my savings. I don't have to do that as much anymore, but I'm still financially going down currently. It's like it's slowing down, but I'm still going down. Once I start going up again, then I can start like using my savings, the little I have left anyway, and spend that on like glasses and some new clothes, stuff like that, right? Basic things. But right now, because I don't know how much, because I don't really know how long I will, like, I don't know how long it will take before my Patreon starts making a good positive. It could be my next video, it could be like a year from now, because I don't know. I might lose patrons, who knows? I don't want to risk any dollar that I can't do. The only dollar that I actually risked was getting a new phone, because my last one died. It would not charge anymore, and I need one to like pay my bills and like do basic things. Like call people and stuff like that. Also, I don't think I'm gonna have guests on this specific episode because it's already kind of like late, and I should have been more prepared. That's my fault. I'm sorry. But you know, we're still hanging out in the chat like most YouTubers do. I think like I am equivalent to many other YouTubers. I promise it's okay. Oh god. I need to tell myself that it's okay. Will you be your moderator? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a thing where I start appointing moderators, but like my channel hasn't grown super, like it hasn't exploded totally. I'm not getting like millions of comments, so I can still manage. Plus, it allows me to read every comment, which is really nice. You should start a glasses fund. As someone with vision problems, glasses would change your life. Yeah, I know. I have some glasses, but they're like they don't work anymore. My eyes change as I grew up because I got them when I was a teenager. I kind of have a glasses fund, but like every dollar I have goes to rent. Probably. Can I follow you on Duolingo? Sure, if you find me. I have no idea how it works. I'm currently learning Chinese on Duolingo. You tweeted you at your classmates a while ago. You need to get those people talking. Yeah, it's true. And I will. Once I can afford it. Once I can afford it properly, right? I don't want to get like the basic shit. I want to get like the Cyclops eyes where I can shoot things from my eyes. Stopped wearing glasses a while ago when I was a kid, but I had to start wearing them again when I was 18. Glasses will help you make your videos. That's true, and like that's probably why I'm gonna get them first. But like, I need to save every dollar I can currently. Like I need to penny pinch pennies. Unfortunately, cheap glasses for like 95 US dollars. That's too much dollars. I need to save. I need to save. That's basically a quarter of my savings. Yeah, almost. So I'm too much. Let's not talk about my money situation. That is gonna give me anxiety after a while. I'm fine though, don't worry. Thought I heard a noise. I'm actually gonna make a decision. Some like one or two people have been like reaching out to potentially be guests now, but it's like the final 15 minutes of the stream. Because I do need to like stick with the schedule, otherwise I will be up all night streaming, and I don't want to do that, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna have guests on tonight. I'm sorry, but it's okay because most YouTubers don't during their hangouts, so I don't have to either. Plus, we're still here, right? We're still all together in the chat. Glasses, at least in the US, are expensive. You don't have to be sorry though. Fine. Gotta clean my room now. See you later. Yeah, have a good day. I cleaned my room yesterday, so Lobster Dad is proud of us. I can't in the tonal languages. What is a tonal language? Linguistics. Is that like Chinese? Oh, that might. I don't, because I remember a lot of people saying that when I started studying Chinese, that uh, saying that like it's really really hard for people to learn, right? It's like one of the hardest languages to learn. But there was mostly Americans saying that, but I had a really easy time with it. Like Chinese, like it's pretty easy. Uh, but apparently Swedish is also like a tonal has tonal characteristics anyway. I desperately have to clean my room. Just trash everywhere. I'm gonna write a book one day, and it's gonna be called like 13 Rules of Life for Life. It's gonna be a leftist version of Lobster Daddy. And then I can do that. Like Mandarin, like if you raise your pitches. Ah. Oh, you mean like Swedish? You mean like Swedish has? Yes, Swedish is also partially tonal. You're learning it. Like tone going up and going down. Like anden. Anden. Swedish is a very complicated and but also very nice language. I really like it a lot, actually. I didn't know it was called a tonal language. Yeah, but you can't accidentally call your mom a cow in Swedish. That's true. That's tonal characteristics. 69 rules for life. Too many rules. I know the meme, but it's too many rules. People can manage 13. What the? Problem with Swedish is that we mash our words together into soup. That's true. Okay. Yeah, for my next Hangout stream, I'm probably gonna have this. I'm gonna have a way for people to like submit their contact info and like desired platform, and I'm gonna see if I can find a way to have guests on, because I like these streams, but they're kind of unstructured, and I want to have a bit more structure in my streams. Like this video is supposed to be about my last. The stream is supposed to be about my last video, so if you have any specifics, questions about that, feel free to do so. A lot of people have been asking about the music, actually. I mean, I can talk about that, like, because a lot of people like the music, like where I got the music. I got all the songs, all the music, and like all the thing. I got that from the YouTube creation thing, right? Because they've actually like been killing it lately. They used to have this like really bad, like like weird thing that kind of works for like montage things and stuff like that. But they're really like getting into having like ambient background things now, because video essays are becoming like a big thing. So yeah, that getting really good actually. For my next video though, I am gonna use some like actual creators, because there have been at least 3 musicians reaching out to me and be like, "Hey, Mia, you can have my music in your video if you want." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that." But we'll see how that goes actually, because it's like it's easier for me to work with the YouTube material, but like sometimes it just sounds better to have like an actual like professional do it for you. How long did it take to film and edit the vid? The film took, I think, a day. Because it's all like one big shot, right? Which was really exhausting, because I was using this like clunky camera, and it's really it can only like store half an hour of footage, and I have to like dismount the camera um in order to transfer the footage to my computer. I also need to like recharge the battery every time I do, otherwise it dies, and that takes forever to recharge from 0 to full. But now I have a phone, like an actual honest to good phone, which can shoot videos in 4K resolution. So I'm gonna shoot in this thing. I'm gonna shoot my next video with my phone, which is like actually better than the camera that I've been using, which is wild to me because that's not how things are supposed to work. But the camera is like super old, and this camera is like super new. So I guess that's just a march of technology, I guess. I need to score my own videos. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you make your own music, or that you like dedicatedly like pick music for your video? Yeah, I don't know. The way I try to use it is like I don't really think about music until I edit, and then I just find something. Then I find something that sounds nice, and then I edit around the music. Oh, how long to how long to edit the video? That took like edit took I think 4 days, maybe 5 days. Yeah, 4 or 5 days, somewhere around there. Yeah, because the last day was just rendering, checking that the render was nice, and I had to render it like 4 times before it actually like became good. Yeah, the longest period of all my video creation process is script writing, because that takes weeks. Plus my health doesn't allow me to work like full time every single day, because I'm not even allowed to work even part time. So for my own health, I take like big breaks, like big breaks, long weekends. So I work a couple of hours a day until the end of the month, and like starting to reach the deadline, and then I put in a bit more. Then I put in a bit more work. I'm a music composition major. Oh shit. I need to be more detailed with my editing though, but like slowly but surely I am getting better at that. Like I'm getting better with every single video that I make. I become better. And the biggest issue that my channel has had for like a year now has been focus. And that's an eye problem, right? But it's also a camera problem because the camera is like super sensitive to focus. But this thing isn't. Why is my computer making a weird sound? Stop! Stop making a weird noise! Okay, this is better. However, now thanks to this camera thing, it won't. It'll be better. It will partially be better focus. It will also be sharper because this thing can shoot in 4K. It's wild to me. I'm not gonna render it in 4K because that would take literally a day, like 24 hours for me to render like a 40-30 minute video. It would take me a day to render that with my current computer. So fuck that. I'm never gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna shoot it and then like compress it down to 1080p. So it's like really sharp and really nice. What's the best way to reach out to you about the chat thing you mentioned? You mean for being a guest on the thing? I'm not gonna have guests today, probably. But I am gonna have next time I am gonna have, and I'm gonna set up like a website or something where people can like email me or something with their Discord thing, and I can call them on Discord and do that. If my Patreon Discord were like publicly available, I would suggest people use that. But my Patreon is pretty expensive, and I want to keep it that way. you. Might be faster for you to send me the files and me to render it on my machine and send it back to you. Possibly. But I am also, like, I should also mention that, like, I am gonna have more streams this month than I had last month, because last month was kind of, I kind of focused on myself, and I'm gonna keep doing that. But like, my health has like been steadily rising because of that. Like, I felt last month has gone from like good to great because I like dedicatedly took time to take care of myself, and I'm gonna keep doing that. But because my health has gotten better, I am gonna try to like do more streams. Try to like include more people to like feel like I just want my fans to know that I love them. Okay, that's all I want. It's literally all I want. Is that so much to ask? A whole day to render this proof. Make sure to use proxies on large files. I don't know what that means. So yeah, I'll use proxies on large files. Whatever that means. I have literally no idea what that means. I don't know tech, okay? I know historiography. Like, if I could literally make a 7-hour-long video talking about the revolutions of 1848, specifically in like Italy. I could literally make an hour-long, like a day-long video doing that. And I know that. I know the details there, and I know like the details of historical discourse analysis, but I don't know shit about like technology or stuff like that. But it's a very low resolution render of the okay. So yeah, for the structural aspect of editing, is there a way to like convert the editing then? So like if I edit a big file thing, but as a small thing, is there a way to like transfer what I did to the big thing, or how do I have to do it all again? Google how to use proxies. I mean, yeah, I can Google it, obviously, but the built-in function. Ooh. I'm gonna check that out. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna just do the way I usually do. Because I can. And because I'm a lazy fuck. That's really useful, actually. Why Google when you have dedicated tech support? Oh. Well, a fan base. That's honestly the best thing about having a fan base, though. Is like I can usually like ask my fans for anything. Just like for my last video, I didn't end up using it. I think. I like asked my fans for a very specific song, but I only knew like the or something like that. I just knew the general melody. I didn't know the name. But I asked people, and people sent it to me like instantly. It's great. Oh, yeah, it was the Kill Bill soundtrack. Yeah, and I did use that. 1 hour hair flicking compilation. I have long hair. Okay, I need to flick my hair a lot. I found slow-mo bit on my camera. Yeah. Also, I am gonna try to round off the stream in a bit like 6 minutes or something like that. So if you have like anything to talk about, feel free to mention it. I promise next stream is gonna be more structured. I'm sorry it became a bit of a mess today. But in my defense, this stream is still like pretty good. It's like a public. Just like hanging out. We're just hanging out. God damn it! Now I have a bit of anxiety about that. I'm not gonna. Everything is fine. Stream is fine. Pancake timelines. I don't know what pancake timelines mean. I have no idea, like a lot of English words. That's also like a problem with being like a non-native English speaker, because I just got back home and it's already over. I mean, I'm gonna go for like 5 or 6 minutes more. So like, if you have something that you want to ask or just hang out, yeah, there's still time. At least for a couple of minutes. I mean, I might actually make like an hour-long hair flicking compilation thing, because I do want to make like meme videos and shit like that on this channel, because this channel is where like I want to make non-content and stuff like that, like things that don't really matter. Why do people keep sending me things like out of blue? I need to put my phone on silent while I'm on stream. But yeah, like I want to make like dumb things, right? So I made the crab rave thing. I made something else. I don't remember what I made. Oh yeah, the solid snake meme thing. I just want to make dumb shit sometimes, and I hanging out almost like I have real friends. Mood. That's why I have these hangouts, so I have a social life. It's not true, but it's almost true, actually. I'm surprised Left 2 doesn't have someone with a programming background. I can, yeah, but like I can see like why YouTube attracts a certain type of person, like philosophy and like soft, like the humanitarian subjects, the humanities subjects. I'm surprised. This is the real content. Don't you lie to me. I mean, that's the reason I have this channel, right? So I can have like one channel where if you click on like videos on the main channel, it will just be like the essay things that I do. It won't like be interspersed with like memes and streams and vlogs and shit like that. Because I know a lot of people like just want to do the thing where they want to watch a channel and they just go click on, they watch a channel on someone's channel and they click on like videos and they just see what's available. And the reason why I want to have like another channel for like the non-content bits is because like I often, at least when I go to a channel and I click on their videos because I want to find out what they have, if I see that like half of their content is Hangout streams, for example, I mean that's nice that they do that. It's nice that they do that for streams and stuff, but it's like it just sometimes it feels like it's hard to like see the it's hard to see like the forest for the trees. It's like hard to see the actual content, like the actual videos, because I'm not interested in streams all the time. Sometimes I just want to watch a video, so I have an entire channel just for that, and then I have another channel, this channel, for everything else. There'll be a programming left somewhere. I think there are. I think I know someone actually who has a YouTube channel, but I need to do that. Did I see who what did? David Hayter? I don't know who that is. I might know where that is, but I might have forgotten. You have a socialized outside of the internet? Like really? I don't know. It seems fake. I'm slowly building up my social life after my life kind of exploded almost a year ago, and my social life died and my health went to shit. I'm slowly actually rebuilding my social life, so don't worry. I know a lot of IRL leftists with programming backgrounds because I help with game worker union stuff. But none of them are active, like YouTube active. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? There's politics to talk about within computer and software engineering. I can definitely see that. It just, yeah, I think that perspective is really needed. Actually, we need more of that. Stop making a weird noise, computer. Wikipedia said Stallman endorsed Bernie. I have no idea who Stallman is. I have absolutely no idea who Stallman is. The voice actor for Solid Snake did something similar. Yeah, that makes sense. He also did the thing with Raiden. Squeeze my hog. Who's Richard Stallman? Oh, he's a computer person? I don't know enough about computer people. He's a computer. He's a big computer man. I don't know enough about like software, unfortunately. I'm one of those people who are like really. He's a computer boy, but I'm part with him. Yeah. Like I don't know enough about like at all. I don't know shit at all about like computers and stuff like that. I'm one of those people who will like ask for help to plug in an HDMI cable. Sometimes I know how to do it, and I can do that, and I do that sometimes. But like sometimes it's like really basic ass stuff, and I just don't. Sometimes I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I'm getting there though, especially when it comes to like YouTube stuff. So it's like when like sound things and video things, slowly but surely I'm actually getting there. Slowly. I've been doing a lot of like practice and experimentation for my video on nationalism, because I'm gonna try to do I'm gonna try to like ramp up my style a bit, because there has been a lot of my content recently where I have just sitting in front of the camera and with a bookshelf in the background, and it's me talking, and like that's fun, right? And a lot of people like that, and I know a lot of people don't mind that, but I want to do something more than that. Most of the video is still gonna be me in front of the bookshelf and stuff like that, but I do want to like experiment a little more. He had some good ideas about free software, but he doesn't really sell it. Wilson, the creator of ARM, her taking some billions of dollars or something. I don't know what ARM is. ARM, I have no idea. Oh god, my fans know tech. I don't know tech. The thing I know about tech is that, like, okay, I studied like we had a choice, right? When I studied ideological history, you could either go into like medicine or you could go into like technological development, and I went into medicine. But like the basics of what we did was like how technology interacts with the environment and how we use it, and I can talk about that. I just can't talk about the actual thing. I know about Alan Turing. The processor. That's a processor? Or, I barely know what the processor is. I think you all underestimate like how little I know about tech. I know about Alan Turing though, but that's because it's part of history. It's part of LGBT history specifically. Richard Feynman was also kind of prick, but there's a bit of him on YouTube giving a great lecture on what computer does. Ian Mulder's a trans woman who enthralled an entire generation with her accent. I like to think Touring also on Wittgenstein with facts and logic. Been to Bletchley many times. I haven't actually been to Bletchley Park, but I want to be someday. And we have spent 4 hours teaching me about tech. One day. The Apple logo is a homage to him. I've heard that's a myth, but I might be wrong. Gotta peace out. Yeah, see you later. Okay, I actually need to wait now. These streams are supposed to be like an hour long, and I know it's a bit unstructured, but but I need to okay, if you have questions, I'm gonna do it like this. If you have questions, just dump them in the chat. I'm gonna do the chat like to the bottom for like a minute, and I'm gonna finish the chat. Like I'll give you like a minute to write down the questions, and I'm gonna answer the questions, talk at all about it with that. When I reach the bottom of the thing, I'm guessing that I'm done because these things are supposed to be an hour. I'm already like an hour and 20 minutes. You can ask more. It's not one question per person. You can go nuts. No rules. Do I get a prize? No, there's no prize. Mia, what's your favorite album? My favorite album. That depends, actually. Let's see if I can see the things that I actually want to talk about. Album. So there's a... I can't find it just because. Oh, damn it. Like the album that I listen to the most is probably like Queen Forever, because I do like I listen to a lot of Queen. That's pretty good. Queen Forever is pretty good. There's a Swedish album from a Swedish band that kind of mixes hip hop and jazz, called Äppelknyckarjazz, and I do like that. I like Äppelknyckarjazz. It's basically my like apple stealer jazz. I really like that. It's pretty good. But another thing. I just need to find the thing. God damn it. There we go. That's the playlist. Pond does also an album that's called Man, It Feels Like Space Again, which is psychedelic rock, and I really like psychedelic rock. What are you gonna eat? Oh fuck, the store's closed. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, actually. I'm probably gonna have like a bowl of cereal, actually. And I might make like a couple of sandwiches. I know it's bad, but like... does reparations create class divisions? That kind of depends on like what kind of reparation you're talking about, but if you're talking about like that's actually a really good question, actually. Now, reparations is a topic that I do not know enough about, because I'm very white. However, my personal opinion, and I have to preface this like really importantly, because I'm very white and I'm privileged from Sweden, so my opinion on reparations is not maybe the best one to listen to, and I would suggest people listen to like other people who are smarter than me on this subject. But I believe that reparations don't really cause class divisions, like at all, really. I think it's very overstated, specifically by white people, that like if we give like descendants of slaves, for example, which is the current debate, right? If we give descendants of slaves reparations, like in money form, that will make people who don't get the reparations angry at them, and that will make people angry at each other, and class division. I don't think that will happen. But I do think that there needs to be like just giving out money in hand is, I mean, that's nice, but that won't fix systematic issues that like plague people today. That is a result of the systems that have led people to be where they are today, right? And the systematic changes that would be actually required to be like actual proper reparations to descendants to black slaves, for example, they would benefit everyone. But they would like primarily benefit the descendants of black slaves. especially if they're like directed at that way. But in the end, they would benefit everyone. I think the best kind of reparations would be like a mixture of these both, like an actual like money payout thing where we actually like get money in hand for being like for you know for being a descendant of a slave. Sorry if I'm saying something wrong here. I'm white. I'm dumb at this subject. But we all but I think that's partially like required, right? We need that. We just need that like cash infusion sometimes, and sometimes we need that to just jumpstart a form of like new like a new economic bubbling, so to say. But we also need like wide sweeping systemic change because the systems that exist currently don't just like hold people up, hold like rich white guys up, rich white people. They don't just uphold them, they also like suppress others. So unless we change the systemic issues, then things won't actually change. That's my opinion, but it's a dumb opinion. Maybe it's a really good opinion. I don't know. I don't wanna say too much about this. That's a good question though, and I appreciate you asking it very much. But like, but honestly, I don't know enough about the question of reparations to speak much about it. To be fair, but that's like that's the opinion that I have, but I might be wrong. I'm gonna return to this later because I assume people have more questions. I'm guessing it's by Queen. Yes, the album is by Queen. Thin crust, thick crust, or stuffed crust? Thick crust. Is pop history posing as a real history present a danger to serious academical research? Yes, 100%. I hate pop history. It's one of the worst things that has ever happened. I kind of wanted to talk more about that in my video on anti-intellectualism, but when I refer to the History Channel and talking about like what they do, that's when I talk about pop history, and I kind of want to dig in more to that later someday. But I seriously think it's a really, really bad subject because it's pop history makes history into a subject that everyone feels like they can contribute to and that they can understand fully. I think it's a good way to like introduce people to the subject of history, but it's not a good way to study history. A lot of people think that watching the History Channel is like being an historian, which means that people go on Twitter and say things that aren't true about history. Gorby's pierogi, let's be honest. I don't actually have Gorby's pierogi right now. Usually I do, but I don't today. Sucks. I would though if the store was open. What's your opinion on anarchism? I like anarchism in theory, but I'm not gonna label myself anything. I like it in practice too, actually, to be honest. I don't fully agree with it. Even if I were to label myself, I probably wouldn't label myself as an anarchist. But I also don't label myself as anything. I'm actually gonna talk about that in my next video. So like I shouldn't spoil too much about that. I mean, German war reparations. I don't think cause class divisions at all, actually. I think war reparations in general are kind of like a weirdly outdated idea. But that depends on what kind of German war reparations we're talking about, because there's the thing where Germany, for example, pays to other countries, and there are also reparations going out to like the pensioners of the Nazi, like pensioners who were Nazis, right? Who get money from that. So I'm also Barry White. I wish I was Barry White. Didn't T1J, that's the one gen, make a video about reparations recently? Yeah, maybe look at who's saying it's going to cause trouble and see if there's a reason they might be saying that. Yeah, exactly. Like people who say that reparations are bad usually have a reason for saying that. Although I have probably a reason for what I say too. Like I don't own like vast tracts of land, right? I don't have a vested interest in like low taxes for the rich that would ostensibly fund that. But I think reparations are pretty good. I think reparations are a thing that like should be done as like to right a historical moral wrong. and usually they make sense, but they have to be managed properly. They have to be actually thoughtful. You can't just do whatever you want. But if they are thoughtful, I think they can be really good. But that's my opinion, and I come from the perspective of I come from Sweden, for God's sakes. We don't really deal with that stuff. Although we should definitely pay out some form of reparation to the Sami people up north. But again, I shouldn't say anything about that either because I'm not Sami. I'm talking way too much for someone who doesn't know anything about the subject. Money's a quarter of the things. That needs more form of things. Did a good piece on South Africa. Sorry, the correct answer is so is stuffed crust. Is nationalism always bad? You'll have to wait for my video to see my topic on that. I'm not gonna spoil the video, unfortunately. So you'll just have to see that. Sounds like a problem, just like the problem with folk linguistics. Especially because how a layperson ideas about language mutate into nationalism real fast. I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. I think pop versions of sciences are really, really good in general. I think they're a really good way for people to assist people in understanding the world around them. It's the only reason why I know any mechanics, right? I've never studied any mechanics, but I know enough to get by thanks to things like Mythbusters and stuff like that, right? But if it's not actually fully portrayed as entertainment with a factual basis, then it can be misconstrued as being education with a basis of entertainment, and that's bad because education needs very specific things in order to fully understand it. You need many different viewpoints, perspectives, a good understanding of source criticism and stuff like that. But you don't really get that when it comes to pop history. Usually pop history deals with the flashy subjects, i.e. usually Hitler, and talking about cool history facts. And cool history facts are cool, but they don't help you understand the world around you unless you understand why those things are cool. But just saying that, for example, that I can't do talking about how Hitler was almost assassinated by officers. That doesn't really dig into why some people wanted to assassinate Hitler, why some people from the German military wanted to do that. It doesn't really dig into ideological divides within the Nazi party or within Germany at the time. It doesn't do that. It just talks about oh cool, briefcase bomb. And I think it sucks. I hate pop history. I still partake in it, and I still do it, and I still I'm actually doing it on YouTube, but I do my best to portray what I do as entertainment rather than education. Also, I try to actually be consistent in what I do, and try to portray the things as focus on things that aren't other things. I'm trying to broaden the understanding of history, not use history as a tool of entertainment. That is what I want to specify. Pay reparations to the Germans because of Gustav II Adolf. Gustav II Adolf did nothing wrong. Pommern is Swedish. Make Sweden an empire again. You mean fashy, not flashy. Got him. Any favorite movies of 2018 or of all time? Not really. I'm not really that into movies. I like Mad Max, but that's not from 2018. It's from 2015 or something. I really, really, really like Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road is fucking great. I would like to see a full video on pop history. I might do that sometime in the future, but I'm not very sure. I understand pop history as being more about books meant for a lay audience. I think some of those are really great, especially about topics I don't know about. Especially, especially written by experts in the topic. I think that's fine. Most of that pop history is fine, and I think pop history can be really good. The thing that I have problem with specifically are things where they focus on wrong things. They focus on like the poor aspects of understanding history. Like if an historian writes a book for a layman audience, I think that's fine usually, because they usually try to like have a balanced perspective, and they usually try to like include many different perspectives in order to have a full understanding of the topic they're talking about. But when we're talking about like the History Channel, for example, they use obvious historical falsehoods in order to feed into an historically interesting narrative rather than a historically true narrative. And I think that's, yeah. Listicle history / entertainment history is different in my opinion. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fair actually. That's fair. I don't hate specifically pop history. I hate yeah, listicle history. I'm streaming for far too long. I'm doing this for you because I love you so much. Poltava is fake news. Poltava is fake news. There's a part in me, and I'm gonna talk about this in my next video too. There's a small part in me that's like a weird nationalist, because Sweden has like used to be an empire. Sweden used to be like one of the great powers of the world, and now it's not. And there's a part of me that's like, like I know that it's bad, but there's a small part of me, and I can't fight it. That's like, you know, the empire was kind of cool, but it's not. I think that for a split second, and then my brain kicks in, and it's like, that's bad. I'm sorry? Stormarksiden was cool. It wasn't. Thankfully, I like to think that I'm like really, I like to think that I am educated and self-disciplined enough not to fall into that. Like I tried to join the military for God's sakes, and I did, like I've slept in barracks with the king's portrait on the wall. Like, that fucks with you a bit. There's a part of you when you like see. There's a part of you when you like see the king going out to get food in the morning, and you see the king on the wall and like the royal family. You have to like salute the flag every morning. Like, that gets to you. Well, thankfully I got out of that. Stuff like extra histories, the Nazi bombing campaign of England only happened because the British started it? I'm sorry! You want that imperial shit low? And I don't. I want to make that clear. I don't. I hate the concept of empire. When I say that I think about it, I think I think about it for like a split second, like an intrusive thought, and then I eliminate it using facts and logic, like not using like the rest of my brain, using like the rest of my actual intelligence and emotional depth to be like, maybe nation states in general are bad, which is my opinion anyway. Conquering people is bad, actually. It's true. It's almost like war in general is bad. I'm actually like a national pacifist now. I'm not like a personal pacifist. I do like punching Nazis. But like, war bad. That's basically where I am currently. War is bad. We have a military? Barely. Soon we will get rid of it entirely. I'm English and I hated England. It's hell empire pretty much every day of my life. I wish I felt that way always, but like, unfortunately it's not that. Yours and Philosophy Tube's military pasts are somewhat bewildering. I'm so glad you both grew out of it. I think it's good though that like we can grow out of it. I feel like some people are of the opinion that like, oh, you did something dumb when you were a teenager and now the left hates you forever. It's like, no, of course not. Like, I talk in my anti-intellectualism video about how I used to be like a 9/11 truther. And I used to be like, I wasn't a right-winger, but I was a centrist. for a long time. When I wanted to join the military, and I thought more about the coolness of the military than the implications of the military. But I think, and like, you know, I grew out of it, and I learned things, and like I got smarter. But I think it's like it's gotten me like a really good perspective, I think, on the justifications people use when they want to join the military. Because I encountered people who were who were flat out racists in the military. They were like very obviously joining the military for the one specific purpose of like shooting brown people. That is what they wanted to do. That is why they wanted to join the military, and they had an easy time getting into the military, which is very concerning. Which is one of those big red flags, which really got to me. It's like, he got into the military, and he's a major racist. Maybe I'm joining a bad organization. But like a lot of people like who justified it the same way I did, right? Where I justified it that my life was worthless. That is how I and a lot of people justified it, that our lives were worthless. We would not amount to anything. But maybe we could like sacrifice our own lives to save like an Afghan child or something, which is a very like weird way to view it, but that's how we viewed it. And maybe that Afghan child will do something better than I did, maybe not, but that doesn't matter because I will have given that child a possibility of doing that. But now that I'm smarter and I actually studied some history, I know that being a soldier would actually rob people of that opportunity rather than provide that opportunity. Do they? Intuitive thoughts, yes. Call them something Gustav of Sweden sees you while you sleep. It's true. Do people in Pomeria still say that life was good under the 3 crowns? Do they? That gives us a casus belli. Shit. No, I can't. God damn it. I think you can enjoy the narrative story of an idea without actually thinking it's good. Like the idea of royal bloodlines and nobility is pretty cool in fiction, but not in reality. Yeah, I think that's true. And I think it's important to have like that distinction, because I play games like Victoria 2, and if people saw what I did in Victoria 2, people would probably like be very concerned with me. But obviously, like when in reality things are bad. Like I'm currently like half writing a fantasy story thing. That's based around like founding an empire. It's really bad, obviously, like ideologically and like practically, but like it's nice. That's where you got the pickle how. I actually got this from a site called the Party King because it's really like plastic, like this is an elastic band thing. Cost me $10. So I did actually invest in that. That's true. I didn't save that on rent. Actually, I did spend $10 buying a pickle house. Because I had like this really intense idea of having a scene in my video on nationalism, and I just ended up not doing it. Also, I definitely could have guests on today because I'm approaching 2 hours of streaming. I didn't mean to do this. Okay, I'm gonna go fast because I do need to quit and I want to eat. I've been working at school for the past little bit, and for the first time in maybe 6 years, I've had to hear "Oh, Canada" every morning. It's very mind-boggling. Empire's a fucking thing. It's really bad. Will humankind ever grow out of neoliberalism? I think so. It's gonna take a while, but I think we will. Instead, you became something even worse than the military. You became a model. It's true. It's really fucky to me that I began university and like because I like had a choice, right, between like joining the military or going to university, and I figured that no, I should go to university because then I can become an officer. So I went to university and I instantly became a leftist, and also a model. It is kind of worse in the military though, but in a very other way. In the military, I felt good about myself, but I didn't feel good about like what I put. Like eventually, when I started learning things, right, I didn't feel good at all about what I would potentially do to other people. because that's the thing that always stuck with me, even when I wanted to join the military properly. Like I didn't want to shoot people. I never wanted to like harm anyone. All I wanted, like my ideal role within the military would be building bridges or like clearing mines. That's what I wanted to do. I never wanted to shoot anyone, and that's also why my interview in to join the military totally failed, because they were like, oh, because they asked me like, no, you might have to shoot someone, and I was like, I don't want to. I would never want to shoot anyone. Like I would do warning shots, and if I had absolutely no choice, then maybe I guess I would, but like I would do everything in my power to avoid a fatal confrontation if I can avoid it. But that's the military doesn't like that. They want people to kill people, and thank God I'm not part of that. Honestly, thank God I'm not part of the military. Good, thank God I became a leftist, because I have no idea what the fucked up shit I would do otherwise. Thank God I grew up and grew a brain cell. But like I'm also a classical example, right? Because I was a centrist dude, and then I went to university, and like half a year into university, I had become trans and a leftist. Fucking universities converting people. Unter den 3 Kronen, das ist gut geworden. Dang, that's really cool. Cultural conversion. Yeah, it's really fucked up. Left to multiplayer Wiki 2 game. That would be if people were to play it like as the game is designed to be, people would be like, this is concerning to watch, because like the scramble for Africa would be very concerning. But if people played it like ideologically correctly, that would be really interesting actually. Like people trying to avoid wars, and stuff like that. That would be really fun. Playing Stellaris is very bad for that. Just wiping entire systems off the map, fighting wars for like 700 years. I played the Federation game there. I actually like Stellaris a lot. I try to play like peaceful trader types ish, and I try to like, you know, I try to like colonize as much as I can, but I leave any pre-warp civilizations. I try to like protect them. I try to like pre-sentient species. I don't colonize on their worlds, and I leave them alone. But I colonize all the barren planets. I do all the thing, and then I do what do you call it? Shit. Oh fuck! I do this thing where yeah, I try to form a big old federation of people, and I like that. I actually like that a lot. Because eventually you can do like, because if your federation is strong enough, you can start doing like diplomacy shit and stuff like that. And I have some mods that help me do that. I role played an agrarian anarchist liberation agrarian anarchist liberation front in Stellaris. It was very fun, and the game will just throw events like the state must be strong, and it takes you out of it. Yeah, it kind of fucks everything up, fortunately. Whoops, I'm late. Don't worry, I usually like, I'm already overtime, and I'm probably gonna overtime for like a couple of minutes. The goal is that I'm gonna reach the end of the chat, but like I want people to keep writing in the chat so I can keep talking about things. But once I reach the end, the stream is over. One of my weird side projects is trying to design an anarchist grand strategy game. Good to know there's an audience. Oh, I would play that. I would play that in a heartbeat. I actually want someday to design a game. I do actually know some programming, like in Unity. I'm trying to learn that. I want to make a game that's kind of like Tropico, but like very like a revolutionary Tropico that's kind of like an actual government simulation, right? So my idea is that you would start out as being like a regional governor of an island nation, right? But the president of the country that you're serving is like a fucked up dictator, and you try to like and you are deposed because you are too good, and then you have to like lead a revolution. You have to like lead a revolution to take it back, and you take back the island step by step, and so it's like partially like a squad based RTS thing, partially, like a little bit at least, as you take back parts of the island. But then it's a city builder and like a government simulator for the areas that you do control. No, and I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Mia historical strategy game ethical let's play. That would be pretty good. Please do a Stellaris let's play. I could do that. Diplomatic win. That's great. I would really like that. So you did that Solid Snake thing because you're both dropouts from the military? Not really. I just really like saying like her Colonel. I'm trying to sneak around. I like that. I'm not gonna finish it. Whatever. We just can't get enough of you. That's fine. Don't let it end. You get the food though. I'm gonna get the food. She'll look like Sean by the time she reaches the end of the chat. I'm getting closer. Got about Mia into Hearts of Iron Forest, the leader of We Don't Like Labels Republic. Please do. I would play it. Oh, that's really funny, actually. True non-aligned. Maduro Simulator 2019. Fuck. But I do actually want to make that one day, like a Tropico-like game that's more realistic. Still has like the wacky shit that like allows you to like do like creative things, right? Because that's fun. But like with partly a more tactical element and like with an actual story, because I like stories. With like actual characters, so it's not just a city builder. It's actually like a state manager thing. Like then you can do whatever you want with that, right? You can like it would be as open as fucking possible. So you could go like, you could shape that into whatever you want. But like the people have demands, and the story demands of you to do certain things. But then there can be a sandbox mode or whatever. Like I want to do that one day. Currently, I'm trying to make it just a simple 2D platformer in Unity. That's probably simpler. I'd watch a Stellaris Let's Play in a heartbeat. I would do that. I don't think my computer is powerful enough to stream Stellaris and play it at the same time, but I might actually be able to record Stellaris and then put it on my channel as a Let's Play thing. But it wouldn't be live, I think. I don't think my computer could handle that. Mia ASMR. One day I do want to actually do ASMR. I'm considering investing in a new microphone once I get a couple of new patrons and my balance becomes a little bit better. I'm gonna munch. I'm gonna crunch. I could do that pretty easily, lol. Hide mind. Colonel. Wait. Sorry about this. Colonel. I'm trying to sneak around, but I don't like the military anymore. I'm gonna sneak out and become a fashion model and study history in university. Colonel, I've successfully infiltrated university. That's dumb. I can't do voices. I can't do voice acting. Yet. Huh, but that is the end of the chat. Aha! I have distracted you long enough. Yes! Okay. Gang, this has been really fun. Next time I promise to be a bit more structured with how I do this. I'm gonna set up a thing where you can like contact me pre-stream and be like, hey, let's talk about this thing, because I do have this because the topic is gonna be the video. If I haven't made a video that in like the month preceding the hangout, then the topic is gonna be something else. But I don't see myself slowing down with making video content. So people know what the topic will be, and I'm gonna set up a thing where people can like, hey, I want to join in on the thing, and then people can do the thing, and then I can invite them on Discord, and we can talk for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And then you know, then that person can leave and I can have in another guest, or I can talk more with myself and stuff like that. I promise next stream is going to be more structured. Today I just been a bit busy today. Fuck. Just back to on Patreon. Yeah. Thank you. But I should say that I always do. If you ever have to make a choice between backing me on Patreon and like literally any other reason, do any other reason, because like I will survive. I need money for income, obviously, but like I will survive. So if anyone like is struggling with money or food or medicine or anything, I don't want anyone to feel forced to keep sponsoring me on Patreon. Like if anyone has any financial issues, I like obviously I understand, because like I'm in that situation myself. So like I don't want anyone to feel forced to give me anything. But if you wanna, you're like if you wanna and you can afford it, like you're very welcome, and I really appreciate it. Also, I love you. Thank you very much. I love you. I love you. I love my fans so goddamn much. You have no idea. Like I literally love each and every one of you with my entire heart so much. Like sometimes when I go to bed, I think about how amazing my fans are, and I feel so happy because I have the best fans in the goddamn universe. Like whenever I have anxiety about anything at all, I always get like tons of fans in my mention telling me that like everything is fine, everything is like you're fine, you can do this. And like I get good feedback, and like my latest video got like so many things. It's so great. I love it. Thank you so much. I love you so much. I love you so goddamn much. Streaming and recording aren't that different. You can probably do either if you have hardware accelerated encoding. Oh, that's cool. I gotta learn how streaming works, considering I do it. Otacon, get me out of here. Fun chat, go eat. I will. I'm gonna have some cereal actually, because I got some chocolate cereal today. It's like really cheap. It tastes like cardboard, but it makes chocolate milk in the bowl. And it's Sunday. I get to treat myself. Almost 2-hour stream, which is much more than I bargained for. It always turns out like this. I always stream for a lot longer. I could have had guests on, but like fuck it. Next time, I promise I will. Thanks for hanging out for longer. Bye, folks. Love y'all. Love you all. I love you all so. Love you all so much. That sounds exhausting. It's not actually. It's really really invigorating to get like support. Love. We don't mind the longer streams. Oh, I know you don't. But I do need to sometimes limit myself so I don't go totally nuts. But now it is time. I'm sorry to say, it is time for me to leave. So I will. So yeah, thank you so much for joining this. The next stream is not gonna. Yeah, the next stream is gonna be in 2 weeks, because this month has 5 weekends, so it's a bit weird. But in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have the Patreon AMA. I'm probably gonna have some other kind of stream in between there, hopefully, if everything works out well. So Saturday the 16th, I'm gonna have the Patreon Ask Me Anything at 8 o'clock in the evening, my time. And on Saturday the 30th, I'm gonna have the second Patreon AMA, which is gonna be 9 in the morning from my time, for people who are in the like the Australian, Chinese, India, Japan time zones, so that they can also see it. And then on the 31st, that's a Sunday. That's in 5 weeks. Jesus, this is weird. This month, 1 week, 2 weeks. No, it's 4 weeks. Thank God. I'm gonna have the Hangout for March. I'm still planning. I know I've said this for like 2 months. I'm still planning on doing an election update for the Swedish election. Things have finally slowed down, so I can do that whenever I want to. But I'm currently focused on my next video. But I do want to do that. I'm also going to have more streams on my Twitch. because I'm this close to being an affiliate on Twitch, so I kind of want to do that actually. There I usually pay Jackbox, but considering that people might want to see like grand strategy things, I might do that. That's gonna be fine. Yeah, you can and if you're not already, you can subscribe to this channel. This is my live channel. I sometimes post vlogs here. Sometimes I shit post. This is like my non-serious, non-content channel, and also my stream archive. So you can go back and watch old hangouts. You can go back to watch old streams that I've done, vlogs, memes, whatever. You can subscribe here too. So whenever I do post something shit posted, you get access to that too. I think that's it. I think I haven't missed anything out. If I have missed someone in chat, if I missed a question or something, or I missed like a conversation topic, or if I said something weird, feel free to let me know. I try to be aware of my own failings, but sometimes I fail. But that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all of it. Okay. I will see you probably next week, actually, because my next video is probably gonna come out next week. So see you then at the premiere. I think that's gonna be the next time you see me and see my face. I think that's gonna be video nationalism. Okay, yeah, that's it for me. Thanks, gang. Love you all. I love you all so much.